Every great business has a vision, but only those with financial clarity make it a reality. Every great business has a vision, but only those with financial clarity make it a reality. At Brendmo Chartered Accountants, we partner with business owners or businesses who are ready to move from reactional decision making to strategic financial control. This is why we developed, or this is why we are supporting businesses with virtual CFO. Our virtual CFO supports the business owners or growing businesses with CFO office with strategic financial oversight. We actually follow a 4-step methodology in how we deliver the virtual CFO. Number one, we assess. What do we do when we're assessing? We gain a deep understanding of the organizational current financial and operational landscape. This is where when we're assessing, we are looking at your financial statements, right? We are assessing, understanding the revenue, the expenses, or your margin, and all your cash flow, anything related to financial statements. And we're also looking at your systems and your processes to identify inefficiencies or even control weaknesses embedded in how you are doing things. And we also look at your key performance indicators to measure how aligned are your operations with your goals that you would have set as an organization. And very important, when we're assessing as well, we look at the risk areas from compliance, your tax exposure, and we look at your sustainability or risk related when we're assessing how are your risks in the organization. This is where this is when we are assessing. So in other words, we are actually looking at, we are engaging, we are gauging the financial health of your organization. Where are you? Where are you, and what are the gaps that are there within your organization for you to be able to reach to the next level? So this is assessing. So after assessing, we now strategize. We are taking the gaps or the analysis that we have gotten from analyzing your organization, and we are strategizing. We are developing what we call a forward-looking financial strategy tailored for your specific organization, because not all organizations are the same. So in strategizing, we are building now a roadmap. We call it a roadmap for success for your company. So we are understanding, we are looking at, okay, for you to be at point A, you are at point A, but you need to get to a point B. How can you get there? This is your financial roadmap. Number 3, I know many people plan, like every January, people plan. Most of the companies have a strategic sessions. But number 3 is the make or break, the execution. We are implementing. This is where you are implementing your financial strategies and systems to drive measurable results. So this is where you are actually doing. This is where we are actually doing. So if we say we need to put in processes and systems and policies in place, this is where we are actually doing the actual work. So this is the make and break. So we're implementing financial systems. If there's a system that you need to put in place, we are implementing that one. And we are implementing your optimization. What do you need to do to save? We are implementing the budgets. We are putting budgets in place and forecast in place. So this is the execution phase. And then the sustain. We are now embedding the systems, the tools, and the processes for the long financial success. So, some people will say, no, come and do once off. But remember, when you are setting a strategy for success, you need to ensure that whatever you have put in place is sustainable and someone is actually looking after that process. So that's sustainability, your long-term financial success. So after we follow this four-step methodology, but we implement what we call a 360 transformation framework. This is the framework that we follow when we are your virtual CFO support service. So we call it a FROST model that we follow. Number one, as a CFO, you only not need to look at finance, which is with your F's there. You only not need to only look at the financial. So, but financial is very important. I think that's why the FROST start with an F. So financial, this is activities that we are going to do aimed to ensure financial alignment with the organizational goals and your long-term sustainability. So under financials, this we are looking at your budgets, we are looking at anything financial related activities aimed for that. On the FROST, we have an R, which is letter R, which represents our risk management, emphasizing the proactive measures like your audits, your risk assessment, and your contingent planning. So this is the risk management that we need to put to say for this. This is how we are going to mitigate the risk that we are exposed to as an organization. Then on the O, we look at operations as well. We concentrate on optimizing internal workflows, processes, and resources allocation to support efficiency and productivity. So you find out sometimes as a CFO, you don't really look, some CFO don't even know what the organization does. So how then do you put in processes and that supports, or workflows that supports the financial growth? So this is the operation. You need to know, you need to concentrate on optimizing your workflows so that at least there's efficiency and productivity in the organization. And then S means your strategy as well. We align operations, financial planning, and risk management with the broader strategic objectives. I know each and every organization sets strategic goals. If you are not, please start doing that. You need to set your strategic goals so that at least you make sure that you know what are the things that you need to achieve as an organization. So this is the strategy part of it. And we then have training. We focus on upskilling the team that you have. If you have the accountant already, or an accountant team or finance team that you have within the organization, we train them and develop your team to ensure that they execute financial operation and strategic initiative effectively, so that at least you attain sustainability within your organization. So these are the 4 steps that we follow. 4-step methodology. We assess, we strategize, we execute, and we sustain. And within that, we follow we implement a 360 transformation framework, where as a CFO, we have an base overview. We look at the financial aspect of the things, we look at the risk management of things, we look at the operations, we look at the strategy, and also we train to make sure that the team is equipped. Your team is equipped to sustain and is upskilled to sustain the whole aspects of the financial oversight of your organization. So I hope you found this useful, and we are ready to help you as a virtual CFO. We have qualified people, experts, chartered accountants, qualified CIMA guys, and chartered accountants that are ready to dig deep and help you grow. So like what I said, this is not for everyone, but it's for those that are tired of making a financial decision without really strategizing it. So it's very, very important to know where you are as an organization and what you need to achieve so that you can tap into our virtual CFO services. Thank you.